Yeah,
I would agree with you.
Well, let's get into the games and see if we arrive at that conclusion. We'll start. We'll go right in order. The first game is Kansas City and Baltimore. This is the first time these two have played each other since early in the season in 2021. So it's been a while.
Right.
There's no real recent history like it was between the Chiefs and the Bills, for example. So do you look at Kansas City differently now going on the road than you did a week ago at this time as they were getting ready to go on the road to Buffalo?
Not really, because I had them going to Buffalo and winning.
Yeah.
And, one thing that's really interesting to me in regards to that Buffalo game and how that kind of moves forward. One of the things that I had said in this podcast and different radio stations that I contribute to over the course of the year, but over different markets in America, is that you are silly or stupid or it's bad coaching if you think you're going to roll in against Patrick Mahomes and Out-Mahomes. You're just not. But Lamar's a little bit different guy, right? Like his ability not only to throw the ball, but more importantly, his ability to extend plays and make big things happen. And one of the things I like about this matchup for Kansas City is, one, I think you can disrupt routes. I think their corners, their nickel, I think their guys on the outside are good enough and have been great. Look at Snead, who hadn't given up a touchdown until last game against Buffalo in the end zone that required your quarterback to scramble, to avoid pressure, to get outside the pocket, and to make throw an absolute dime, and Shakir or whatever his name is, make an unbelievable catch in the end zone. Like all these things had to happen for you to give up your first touchdown pass. So your ability to disrupt routes, disrupt the timing of the offense, and then ultimately to get to Lamar. And one of the things I always say about Lamar is can you kind of cage rush him and not allow him to escape all the bodies in the pocket? Because if he escapes the bodies in the pocket, he's going to absolutely eviscerate your defense. And so, for instance, it was 10-10 at halftime in the game against Houston, and they had sacked him several times, and, they only had a touchdown on a punt return, but he had 54 yards passing at half. Like, you had really shut it down. And then he started escaping and doing some things, and he ended up rushing for 100 yards and threw 2 touchdowns, rushed for 2 touchdowns, and the route was on. But can you make that a sustainable platform throughout the course of 4 quarters? And I think Kansas City has the defense to at least make that interesting.
So if you're Kansas City, you just came off going up against Buffalo, a very mobile quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
So in theory, you should be well prepared to go up against another mobile quarterback, unless Lamar is a different kind of mobile quarterback. What's the difference between his mobility and Josh Allen's mobility?
Right. Josh Allen's mobility is more straight line, run you over. If you're going to do design QB runs, it's more of a QB, quarterback counter, that type of stuff. Where Lamar is just there's not many athletes that graduate to the NFL and still make the rest of the players on a football field look like JV players. It is remarkable. His movement skills, his ability to get loose. And I think the big difference for Lamar now versus the last several years is when he does get loose, he's not looking to run first. He's looking to make a play throwing the football. And that's been the big difference for me watching him this year, extending plays, getting 4, 5, 6, 7 seconds back there where his receivers cut loose, his receivers break out, and the next thing you know, he throws an absolute dime to those guys. And he made some throws, man, like the touchdown to Likely in the end zone where he basically threw a back shoulder to him. Like he was completely covered, and Lamar throws it on his back shoulder in the end zone up for him to go make a play away from the DB's leverage. Like that stuff has shown dramatic growth in Lamar's game. He's been tremendous.
Well, the numbers back you up. This year, he went for a career high, almost 3,700 yards passing. Mm-hmm. So he's married now the running ability, and he's doing a lot more with his arm throwing the football. Ultimately, do you still like the Chiefs as much as you liked them last? Because you were, I'll give you credit, you were right from the moment this matchup was became known that it was going to be Kansas City and Buffalo. You liked Kansas City, and you liked them all week long. Are you as strong in your conviction of the Chiefs this time around?
No, I'm not. I think Baltimore's a better team. Mm-hmm. One of the things defensively, man, they are so fast and they are so good in their front seven. And, they don't, believe it or not, they don't play as much man coverage as you would think. They've got a lot of simulated pressure, but they get to you with 4 and 5 man rushes. And one of the things I think they do a tremendous job just on their defensive front is they've got 2 linebackers on the inside in Queen and Roquan Smith that can flat run. So a lot of times they dictate protections to you. So let's say you want to slide a protection and you've got you're in 2 tight ends like west slot and you've got a nickel corner over a slot receiver, or you're in 2x2 in spread, and you've got 2 guys on the edge. What they'll do with their middle linebackers is they'll walk up. And what happens to me, let's say I'm a guard or a center, and you're a linebacker, and you walk up on me, meaning you walk right in the line of scrimmage and you stand over me. And we've got a slide, and we want to go out and take care of that corner in case he blitzes off the edge. Well, now instantly that's off. Now I've got to go man up front where you walk up on me with that linebacker. Well, normally for us, that says, well, we'll just beat you with an inside slant because nobody could get to that hole. So it becomes a very easy cat and mouse game. Oh, you're going to do that? Well, we're running the slant, kind of almost a blitz side adjust offense, and we're going to hit that, and that's an automatic 8 to 12 yards every time you do it. Well, the thing about Baltimore is they can walk up Queen or they can walk up Smith, and then they can fly out to that hole, and they can be there before that receiver has a chance to get out of his break because they've got that kind of speed and athleticism. So then what happens? Well, the guy that comes up, blitzes off the edge because you held him with that middle linebacker, you can't all of a sudden turn it. It's done. He's unblocked. And so they're really good at attacking your protection. And one of the things I thought about is, back in my day, we as an offensive line called everything. So if we called 2-jet in the huddle, man, we came out and we had our little code words for what we were doing. And the quarterback wasn't overriding us. We were sliding or taking whoever we were taking. And if we wanted to override it, we did. But the quarterback didn't. That wasn't his job. And so it's almost imperative when you're playing Baltimore, because they're so good at attacking your protection, when the quarterback re-identifies the mic and says, oh, no, it's not 50, we want to go to 42, or in their case, hey, we don't want to go to, Roquan Smith, what is he, 0? We're going to go to 6. Or he used to be 58, but whatever his number is, I think he's 0 now. We're going to go 6, go to 6, go to 6. Well, all of a sudden, what Baltimore does is go, okay, we're going to change where our blitz is coming from, where our pressure's coming from. We know you're turning that way. We know that backside is man-to-man. So now we're going to come from that backside, and we're going to need a free runner at your quarterback. And so it's almost imperative that you don't let them play that cat and mouse game. And certainly Kansas City has the veteran leadership and players to do that.
I'm going to do this for all 4 teams, okay? And so we'll start. Kansas City wins this game if they do what?
If they can eliminate free runners. So a lot of their a lot of their simulated. They've got a lot. Baltimore does a lot of simulated pressures, so it looks like they're bringing the house, and they end up bringing 4. But the 4th guy is a slot corner. The 4th guy is a safety. The 4th guy is a linebacker. The 5th guy. If you can eliminate free runners at the quarterback, I think Patrick Mahomes will beat them.
Baltimore wins this game if they do what?
Baltimore wins this game. Baltimore wins this game if I think Baltimore will win this game if they can run the football effectively. Because if they can run the football effectively, it's going to open up the RPO game. It's going to open up the quarterback run on the read zone stuff. It's gonna fit right in to what Baltimore and the way Baltimore wants to play this game. If you have to get into straight drop back and basically win from a drop back game, I don't think that's what they do well. It's same thing I think about San Francisco. Like, they ended up winning. There's a reason that the 49ers were 1-30 minus, down 5 points or more in the fourth quarter. They were 1-30 coming back because they don't play the drop back game. That's not their style of football. I don't think Baltimore, if they just have to sit and play drop back the whole time, I don't think that's what they do. So if they can run the ball and maintain the versatility of their offense in the RPO, zone read, play action game, then I think they can win it.
Well, that's good news because Gus Edwards is in the midst of a career year, a very underappreciated, unheralded back, and you're saying he could be the key to this.
He's
game.
having a career year. Remember, there were other guys that had right.
J.K. Dobbins was supposed to be the guy,
and they had the other kid that was a rookie, I think, that got hurt.
Yep.
So
last man standing, certainly, and he's done really well. All right, so ultimately you like the Ravens.
I like the Ravens in this game. Yes,
I agree with you.
Hey, for everybody involved in the Stinky Truth, we thank you so much. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure you don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel for more content just like this. If you want to see more of our videos, you can also be sure to check out our playlist. Let us know exactly what you think in the comments below. We appreciate you guys so much for being a part of that.
Don't forget to follow us on social media to stay up to date on our latest updates. Links are in the description. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.